What's up, guys? Welcome to the Lords of Panama City Beach, and today we're going to be teaching you guys how to make a shark rig for surf fishing. And this is the shark rig that I make. This shark rig is extremely durable. I've caught sharks up to about 8 foot on it. You can possibly catch sharks up to 9 foot on it. So okay, so giving a backstory on how I learned how to make this shark rig is that basically I kept on buying store-bought shark rigs, and the store-bought shark rigs would just end up getting cut by larger sharks because sharks, the way that their skin feels like sandpaper, it's basically something called dermal denticles. I have like this little video that I made that kind of showcases that, so if you guys want to see that video, you can, and learn more about sharks' skin and how the dermal denticles work and why your lines get cut by it. But basically, long story short, is that the shark skin basically rubs up on the wire or the mono and was getting cut. And these are basically store-bought rigs that I was getting, and I kept having this problem. So basically I learned that you gotta start using heavier line and heavier wire to make sure that it doesn't get cut by sharks, by the shark skin. So with that being said, basically I use a 12-foot surf rod, and my shark surf rig is typically about 8 foot long. So basically I design my surf rod rigs to be about the size of the shark that I want to catch. So if I'm looking to catch an 8-foot shark, I'm probably gonna make a surf rod rig about 8 foot. That's what I do. Basically I make it to where that all of my surf rod rigs are always about 8 foot long. So again, you can catch maybe a 9 foot on it. I've not caught a 9 foot on the surf rod. I've caught 8 foot, no problem. So, all right, let's get into it. So basically these are going to be all of the supplies that you're going to need. Basically you're going to need 2.3 millimeter sleeves, and that's what I use. You're going to also need a 15-aught hook, and you don't necessarily need these right here. I just like to use these to kind of give a little bit of something. You're gonna need, this is what I believe is a 6-aught snap swivel, and then you're gonna need two 6-aught swivels. And then you're also going to need what is 400-pound wire, and you're also gonna need 400-pound mono. And then you're also going to need what is a 1.3 millimeter copper sleeves. And copper sleeves always go on the wire, and aluminum sleeves always go on the mono. So make sure you do not mess that up. You're also going to need a pair of some crimpers as well. So these are what I use. Don't really know what the brand is, but this is what I use to make these surf rods rigs. So what you're going to need to do is measure out a 55-inch piece of the 400-pound mono and a 55-inch piece of the 400-pound wire. So those are what you need to do, and we're going to first start with the 400-pound mono. So what you're going to do is take these two aluminum sleeves, and you're going to put it on your 400-pound mono, just like that, just like this. And then you're going to take one of your 6-aught swivels, and you're going to just put it just like this, and you're just going to feed this back into that, just like that. And then you're going to slide this one just like this, and you're going to take this one and slide it just like that. And I like to do double sleeves. I just feel like it's better, so that's just something that I do. And then what I'll do is I'll take these crimpers I take this, set it all the way onto this side of the crimper, and you're just going to give it a good squeeze. Honestly, I try to squeeze it usually pretty hard, so try to squeeze it pretty hard. Make sure it's on. See, I'm giving it a pretty good squeeze. And you're just going to do that all the way through the thing. So just give it all squeeze all over this area, this thing. Just like that. Another squeeze. Okay. And that's pretty much how one side that's crimped is going to look. So now we're going to do the other side and crimp that as well. Notice how I have it like that. So you can see that it's barely sitting out that little other side of the mono. So take that one, and what I can do sometimes is I'll kind of twist it a little, kind of like this, and then you're just going to give that good squeeze. All right, give this one a good squeeze. I'm squeezing pretty hard, so give this one a good squeeze. And that one's gonna get a good squeeze. So now you got one side pretty much done. All right, so now on the other side, since we got one side done, we're gonna take this 6/0 snap swivel, and I'm just gonna put these beads because that's what I like to do. Just kind of gives it a little bit of some pizzazz. So I'm going to take one bead, put this through, take your snap swivel, take another one of the beads, and I'm going to take one of these little things, and then what we're going to do is send these through, and then you're going to take your aluminum sleeves, and you're going to take your other 6/0 swivel, feed it through, and then you're going to bend this back through just like we did before. So that goes right through here. Okay, then you're going to take your other one and have that go through the other one. So it's double sleeved, and then that's it. We're going to take the snap swivel, so we're going to crimp it. All right, so we're crimped that. All right. Gotta crimp that side. And he's gonna crimp the other side. Okay. All right. Hopefully you can see it. I'm gonna crimp this one. I'm doing it pretty tight. So, I'm gonna crimp this other side. All right. So pretty much how this is now, it's like you got the mono side done. You got your snap swivel on. You don't have to have the beads, it's up to you. But now we're just gonna put the wire and go from there. Okay, so now we're gonna take our 55-inch piece of wire, and we're gonna take these two copper sleeves. We're going to feed that through, and look, it's a pretty narrow hole, so hopefully the GoPro is able to see it. It's not. All right, got going through it. All right, and we're going to take our 15-aught hook, to get out of the bag. Okay, then we're going to take this, feed this through just like that. And then we're going to take this out, feed it through the hook one more time. And then we're going to tuck it inside just like that. So you want to make sure it has like that tucked inside. And then that's it. You'll create this little like pretzel looking loop, and then you're going to have about that much to play with. Sometimes we'll kind of keep it kind of like this, so you have about that much to play with. You want to hold it just like that, and then you're going to send this back through. Sometimes you do that, it can help you out. So got one side on. Sorry, I had to really look at it. I had to really focus on it, so I wasn't able to really get it on camera. But you're gonna send this one in through this way. Okay, so I got this side on, and so what we're gonna do is take those crimpers. We're gonna slide this back to here. We're gonna take these crimpers, and you're gonna feed it through that one. And then you're just gonna smash this as hard as you can with the crimpers. So give it a good smash as hard as you can. And then you're gonna take that the other side. Remember, you're always putting copper on wire. And you're gonna go to the top part of this one. All right, so we got this side on. So what we're gonna do is just crimp it. So we're gonna take this and you're gonna twist this around. Give it a little twist, that's what I like to do. And take it on this side, crimp it like what we did. And what I'll do is I'll kind of twist this a little bit. All right. Give it a little good twist and crimp it as tight and hard as you can. All right. And go on this side. Give it a good crimp. There you go. It's not pretty, but that's pretty much it. It's not going to come off. And then we're going to do the other side. So we're going to put this one on. So when it goes on real easy. All right, and now we're going to take our other piece that we already got done making of the mono. Now we're going to connect it to this, and what we're going to do is send it just like that. And you're going to put this right through this one. So just like I did. So I'm putting this through just like this, and I'm bending it through this way, and then making sure you can see this on the camera. I'm going to send it just through this other aluminum sleeve. All right. Oh, look at that. All right, so just like this, we're going to crimp this one. Give this a good crimp. And give this one a good crimp. All right. And remember, you're crimping pretty hard, because that's what I'm doing. I'm crimping it very, very hard. So I'm going to crimp this one
as well, and you normally like to kind of twist it a little bit, and then we're going to crimp it as hard as you can. Crimp it as hard as you can. All right, there, crimp the other side. All right, and that's it. So that is how we make this surf rod rig. So that is it. Sometimes we'll have a little bit of some problems with it, but I mean, it's just kind of how it is when you're trying to make it. And this is about an 8-foot rig. So normally what I like to do when I'm going to store it is I'll just kind of take this, kind of wrap this around just like that, and then I'll have this just like this, and I'll usually take this and I'll kind of feed it through. So I just kind of keep on feeding it through, and then whenever you're ready to use it, you just unravel it and use it. But yeah, that's pretty much how I make my surf rod rigs. They have never failed me. I've always caught every shark up to about 8 foot. Basically, if the shark is able to cut this rig, it's usually cut on the braid of your main line, and it's usually due to the fact that the shark was just too big. But yeah, that is how we make the surf rod rigs that I make, and they are very strong, very, very dependable. Never had any issues with it. But all right, guys, you've been watching the Lord of Panama City Beach, and this is how you make my surf rod rigs. So please like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see. Hopefully you're going to be catching a lot of sharks with these surf rod rigs now that you know how to make them. And just rewatch the video. If you need help, I'm down in the just go in the comments and I'll try to see what I can do to help you out. But all right, guys, Lloyd's PCB, and we are out. Please like, subscribe, follow us on all of our social medias and all of that kind of good stuff. So all right, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks again for watching the video.